Believe it or not, Andrew Cuomo is becoming even more toxic towards Zoran Mamdani. He is amping up his foul rhetoric. Politico reports Andrew Cuomo suggested Thursday that his main rival in the race for New York City mayor would cheer if the September 11 attacks happened again. A serious escalation in the war of words between the former governor and frontrunner Mamdani. So yeah, this is an escalation for sure. This is worse than some people who are of different political parties talk about each other in general elections. Cuomo was speaking on a conservative-leaning radio show when he made the argument that Mamdani lacked the experience to lead the city if another terrorist attack happened. Quote, "Can you imagine Mamdani in the seat?" Cuomo asked. Quote, "Yeah, I could," replied WABC radio host Sid Rosenberg, who called the Democratic nominee a terrorist earlier in the program. "He'd be cheering," Rosenberg said. Quote, "That's another problem," Cuomo said. Wow. The former governor's comments come as he trails Mamdani by double digits less than 2 weeks out from Election Day, with early voting set to kick off Saturday. In the hopes of hurriedly stitching together a viable coalition, Cuomo has ramped up efforts to pitch himself to Republicans as a more viable alternative than the GOP nominee, Curtis Sliwa, in part by appearing on programs like Rosenberg's. So yeah, Cuomo is glazing conservatives and Republicans to get them to vote for him over Mamdani. His suggestion that Mamdani would welcome an attack on the city marked a new level of acrimony between the two that drew immediate condemnation from the Democratic Socialist, who would be the first Muslim mayor if elected on November 4th. Quote, "This is disgusting," Mamdani said. "This is Andrew Cuomo's final moments in public life, and he's choosing to spend them making racist attacks on the person who would be the first Muslim to lead this city." Mamdani argued Cuomo's remarks denigrated all Muslim New Yorkers. That's definitely true. Quote, "There are more than 1 million Muslims who live in New York City, and to have our faith be smeared and slandered by someone who at one point was considered a leader in the Democratic Party showcases the fact that bigotry and racism is not exclusively a Republican problem. It is also a problem within our own party," Mamdani said. "It is time that we turn the page on Andrew Cuomo and on those that would tolerate this rhetoric from him." Cuomo's campaign said afterward that the former governor was referring to an April interview Mamdani did with Hassan Piker, an influential voice on the left. Piker once said that America deserved 9/11 and has referred to Jews as inbred. Piker has walked back the 9/11 remark. That goes all the way back to 2019. He walked it back. He also did not call Jews inbred. I do not recall anything close to saying that. He's definitely made some inflammatory remarks. But, Zoran Mamdani, guilt by association. That's basically what Cuomo's doing here. Quote, he was referring to Mamdani's close friend Hassan Piker, who said America deserved 9/11, a statement 9/11 families called on Zoran Mamdani to denounce, but he refused for months. Cuomo's spokesperson, Rich Azzopardi, said in a statement, "This is not new. The governor held a press conference along with 9/11 families to denounce Mamdani's association with and refusal to denounce Piker's hateful comments." Piker later said his 9/11 comments were inappropriate, which was not mentioned during the Thursday morning interview between Rosenberg and Cuomo. Of course. Yeah, so there used to be this thing on the left and in the Democratic Party of Cuomo-sexuals because they really liked the way he was handling the pandemic at first. But boy, have times changed or what? This guy used to be the face of the Democratic Party. He's the son of Mario Cuomo. So it was like, oh yeah, no, Andrew Cuomo, he's cool. And then no, he's creepy. And in 2021, he resigns. So yeah, Mamdani's got a great point that, dude, why are you embarrassing yourself like this? You are so desperate to hang on to power. You got your cheeks clapped in that primary and you're like, no, Mamdani can't win. I'm supposed to be the mayor of New York City. I was governor before, so I get to be the mayor now. So as Cuomo continues to lag in the polls, he said Thursday morning that Republican voters will play a key role in whether he is able to advance within striking distance of Mamdani. Quote, "The Republican voter is going to make the difference here, right? We know that," Cuomo said. While he has had mixed results with his overtures across the aisle, all 5 GOP county chairs have reiterated their support for Sliwa. He did pick up the endorsement of the Staten Island Advance on Thursday, a paper serving the largest concentration of Republicans in the city. In pursuit of his goal, the former governor has been leaning back into messaging focused on law and order and Mamdani's rhetoric around Israel, themes reminiscent of the early part of his primary campaign. Yeah, he's very mad about Mamdani not liking Israel and saying Netanyahu should be arrested, because he should. So yeah, he's just malding over that. He's like, he wouldn't go to Israel. Oh, he doesn't like Israel. He's anti-Semitic. It's the most tired trope in the book from neocon types. So, quote, the Democratic Party is a law and order party. It's a pro-business party, pro-growth party, pro-jobs party. That's the Democratic Party, Cuomo said during a speech earlier this week. Wow. Geez. Dang, where'd you get that from, huh? It sounds like something Reagan or George W. Bush would say about the Republican Party. Quote, so it's getting Democrats to come and vote for me, even though I'm not on the Democratic line, and Republicans not to vote for Curtis Sliwa because he's not viable. Yeah, Cuomo is just malding over Sliwa. He wants him to drop out, but Sliwa's like, no, Cuomo, shut up. Go F yourself, loser. And it's pretty entertaining. At the same time, he's telling Mamdani to stop glazing him. So yeah, Curtis Sliwa, do not drop out. Mark my words. You will hand the election to Cuomo if you drop out. There is actually a solid chance of that. Not for certain. Being real here, no. It's hyperbole to say Curtis Sliwa dropping out destroys Mamdani and leads to Cuomo winning. But yeah, he should stay in, because Cuomo is amping up the rhetoric. He's nervous. And now he's using really far-right talking points, saying that because someone's a Muslim, they must support 9/11. Totally unacceptable. Let me know what you think about the state of the race in the comments below. Very interesting mayoral race. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is the more the merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.